feeling kind of good about that. It's obvious that these topics struck a chord for me tonight. Steve Avery case and the political situation with Bernie and Hillary, and this insane situation where Hillary is getting people, not only Hillary, by the way, but won't even talk about the Republicans getting people to vote against their own interest. I have no clue why you would be for Trump or Cruz. I don't have a clue. Honestly, I can't even discuss that right now. That would be at least a 2-hour discussion of stupidity of people. But as far as Hillary and Bernie goes, again, this amazing ability corporate media has on us. If you watch the debate, fine, make your opinions. That's the way you should do it. Do the research after that. Make sure everything that was said was facts. Find which candidate was lying. Very good as well. Check out the websites. So they tell you check out the websites. Actually check them out. Check them out. Read them. Does this benefit me? Is this important to me? Who's looking out for my back? Because I guarantee you, when Hillary Clinton was doing these paid speeches with these financial institutions, she was pre-campaigning and telling these people, if you got my back, I got your back. Wall Street, that is. And that's why when she got from this question by Charles Todd in the Monitor in the last debate, would you be willing to release the transcripts of your speeches? She kind of didn't really go off. She had an unprepared situation there, I'm sure. Remember, these candidates are very prepared for every possible question, and that question, I don't think she was. I'll look into it, she said. And I'm told by my dad that she is looking into it, and they're going to release the transcripts. I look forward to that with bated breath. I guarantee you. But anyways, again, this ability to get people to vote for the candidate against the candidate who's offering them a pay raise that can help them put food on the table and pay their bills, who's wanting to help them with their education, offering free tuition, give the people who aren't working jobs by fixing our infrastructure, and giving everyone universal health care. So if you ever have a health problem, it doesn't put you in debt for the rest of your life. And also, by the way, is against the incarceration of people for what now are felonies that shouldn't be, aka the drug war. Yeah, and he's the underdog. I'm a liberal, folks, and if he's the underdog, I'd hate to see who would be underdog to him. Honestly. So that's the show. I have Bernie here on the line. Bickerson. Bernie, my esteemed bookie. Bernie, hello again. Checks in the mail, by the way. Well, yeah, I am glad to hear that. I'm here in Vegas right now, and what the fuck? Can't get a drink around this fucking place? Anyway, my esteemed colleague, Junior here, has a few words for you. Pay up. He said, man, a few words, but he has a big stick. If you get what I mean. I'm going to give you a chance to get your money back here. I'm going to give you a shoe in here. I'm going to give you a pick. Well, thanks, Bernie. That's what I was hoping you were going to do. It's obviously the Broncos against the Panthers. I think the Broncos are getting 4.5 points. I'm not sure if the over/under. I don't play that crap because I hate rooting for points being made on against. But I definitely would like to hear who you think I should take. And in a case like this, Carolina is like, fuck, man. They were almost perfect. They're that good. Cam Newton's a superstar in the making. It's one of those situations where it's like, it's a shoo-in. It's a gimme. And whenever it's a gimme and a shoo-in in the Super Bowl, you take the other team. Broncos, 4.5 points. Excuse me. Waitress. Well, obviously, Bernie's still trying to get a drink at the Harrah's there in Vegas. No respect. He gets no respect. Well, he's telling me to take the Broncos and 4.5 points. I think the reason he's saying that is because of the experience of the quarterback at the storyline. It's always about the storyline, you know. It's just always about the storyline. I love the underdog, a.k.a. Bernie Sanders. Kind of like Peyton Manning. The experience. Actually, Peyton Manning's more like Hillary, and Bernie's more like Cam Newton. But here's the thing I always look at with the game. Get off the political shit right now. Okay. The thing I look at the game is, and I've been very good at this, by the way. I have like an 8% Super Bowl prediction rate. I'm the only one who knows that, so I can't prove it. So we have last year. I picked the Patriots, and we have this year. I was totally wrong on how it would go down, but I did pick the Patriots. This is how it would go down. Super Bowl 50. The Broncos and the Panthers. I love a good defense. And yes, the Panthers have a great defense. But you know who has a better defense? Denver. And I know that Cam Newton on paper is a better quarterback this year than Peyton Manning. But Peyton Manning's been there. It's like I've been there, done that for him. He's not going to be fazed by any of this shit. If you watch these Panthers, they're all bravado, the bravado they're showing, and all this kind of like bragging kind of crap. Most of these Broncos have been there, and they've done that, and they know what it takes to win a Super Bowl. And you can't underestimate that. You just can't. And remember, it's the great thing about Super Bowl is it's playing on neutral field. It's going to be played this year in San Francisco, Stanford field, and it's neutral field, and the weather is not going to be a factor. And I think that the defense of the Denver Broncos is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And I know Peyton Manning's going to play with a chip on his shoulder because he doesn't like the fact that he's an underdog against this kid who's only been in the league a couple of years. I guess this team that, they were pretty decent last year. They made the playoffs, but they weren't as good as they're showing this year. I got to take the Broncos at 4.5 points. And you take that to the bank. Take it to the bank. You heard it here first in the PLP podcast. You want to make some bucks? Broncos at 4.5. You can take that to the bank. If they lose this game, it's not going to be by more than a field goal, and I think this game is going to come down to a field goal. I think a 3-point difference, and I'm going to go with Denver 26, Carolina 24. That's my Super Bowl prediction. And one MVP, I'll give you that on top of that. Well, it's just a no-brainer here, okay? Miller, that linebacker they have in Denver. Okay, defensive MVP. So there you go. That's the show. And as I mentioned, I've got a little bit of a sore throat. That must be a good thing. It must be. I actually talked in this podcast. I actually got a little excited and a little intense there, especially with the Steve Avery case, and again with Bernie. The latest national poll is Hillary 44%, Bernie 42%. Could you even imagine that 3 months ago? 3 or 4 months ago? Hell, could you imagine that a month ago? Something's happening, folks. A political revolution may be happening here. And we are witness to this, and it's an amazing point in time in our history. An opportunity for the American worker to take back the government. Stay tuned. And stay informed. Stay vigilant. PLP Party, off the air, February 6th, 2016.
Now once upon a time in this village of the damned, I took my shot at greatness and the goddamn gun was jammed. So I'm in a drunken state, 'cause I can't take life straight. And if I dull my eyes enough, the brightness fades. I left my heart in San Francisco and my brain in Los Angeles. My heart just made me bitter and my brain just made me dangerous. I don't miss either one, but I look into the sun and I'd give anything for one good pair of shades. The world is a wasteland from Green Bay to Graceland. There's no one fit to lead the human race. And you all know what we are, the throwbacks, the retards, the ever-growing face of human waste. I first fell off the wagon on the open road to nowhere, and I guess I'd still be dragging if I thought that I could go there and return to sing this song. But I knew all along it's a one-way trip and I can't pay the fare. All my heroes are gone and their figures cast in lead, from the fountains at their feet to the bird shit on their heads. And I can't help but wonder, as they lay 6 feet under, did they die for me or did they even care? The world is a wasteland from Green Bay to Graceland. There's no one fit to lead the human race. And you all know what we are, the throwbacks, the retards, the ever-growing face of human waste. The ever-growing face of human waste. The ever-growing face of human waste.